Hmm. Okay, that's actually kind of a good segue. So what I want to do is I want to approach some things, right? And I phrase the questions how I phrase them. I'm not about to amend them now. But what I want to understand is how can we dispel some of this, if at all possible, right? Because most time we talk about relations with men. I think that's what we getting at, right? Sis kind of hit it. So I phrase the question, but teach us how we can learn, not do these things, stop doing these things, or better understand why these things are done. Does that make sense? All right. Let me share my screen real quick. Like, share, subscribe, hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. If you know anybody that want to learn something, please send them the link. It is worth it. I'm telling you. We do Tuesdays, Wednesdays. The podcast is released on Apple every Monday at 5 a.m. and we send out 4 clips a day. We working. You feel me? All right. Let me know when y'all can see the screen. Give me 1 second. Yes.
It's loading. All right, you good.
Good.
Now, as a man who spent most of his life outside, surviving, protecting, providing, mothers, sisters, I aspire to be a stay-at-home dad. No, but when I say,
so he said that, what happened?
They started laughing.
How'd you guys feel when he said that? Be honest.
I was trying to finish what I want him to finish so I can hear.
Yeah, I want to hear more. But
okay.
Why they were all...
Cool.
I joined.
And this is why we say there's not a safe space for men. Y'all did not have to laugh like that.
I mean, go ahead, Mike. No, it's all right. Like I've been outside. I've served my country. I did 5 years in the military. After that, I spent 10 years on the road, over 300 shows, over 300,000 books sold. I'm tired. And I've accumulated credit, Christ, and capital. And I don't need to leave my home to make money. And now that I do that, I wish to be at home. Now, if that means there's my daughters with me or my sons with me, then so be it. If you want to call me a simp because I'm changing my daughter's Pampers because I don't have to fight in traffic because I'm off that, then I'll call me what you want. Just don't call me broke.
Talk that shit, Mike.
Oh, so now they're not laughing so much. And I tell you what, it's crazy.
So, quick clip. Shout out to Araco TV. He does compilations of men kind of like checking women in this type of way or putting them in a place or fighting back, whatever the case is. So when I watched this video, I heard the laughing, right? But oftentimes up here, and we have to be honest, men come up here, right? And it could be because of what's happening in the comments. I want to be fair. But it often feels like when somebody comes up here and says something we don't like, we start trying to kick their ass. Like, for instance, Mr. Kevin, don't be saying nothing rude in the comments. Using him as a tangible example that you guys can remember. He talk a lot. You know who the hell I'm talking about. But even when he get up here, we come at him in a particular way because he's saying what I've said before, whatever the case is. Do you guys acknowledge this, or you think it's always on the men first?
So for Mr. Kevin, I don't think that we come at him. I think we just try to get more knowledge. And he it's the last time, at least, he got kind of offended because we were saying, he said, why are you making this all about me? But it's like, no, we want to get to know you as well, because you're hearing us talk about our feelings and whatnot. He came up here trying to give advice, but it's like, well, let's hear some more about you, because people have to understand too, they sometimes come at us as if they have all the answers and that we don't. And so if we're asking probing questions because you came up here, you opened the door up, what's wrong with that? So I don't think we ever disrespected Mr. Kevin. I don't think we've ever done that.
All right, so let me just be honest, okay? There's a way in which you ask probing questions. You can be condescending, right? We can ask questions in a lot of different ways, right? So let's be honest right here, right now.
I'll be honest, Hamp. I did. There were some questions I'll ask him, but then when he starts to get long-winded, I kind of feel like I may have gotten sarcastic with him a few times because at this point, you asked the question, we answered it, and then he's going into this slow mode of conversation. And it's like, okay, well, let me break it up real quick so we can move it along, and he don't do it. And so I'll say this because I'm a communications major. So I tell people all the time, I've had to learn how to talk to people, how they take in communication. And I had to
put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out of here. Come on.
I'm sorry, bro. It was you and all the football players in there. Y'all didn't learn a goddamn thing. Every time.
Put him in the fucking bedroom.
Bro, I gotta cut you off. Every time they used to come to practice, they used to forget the plays. I said, nigga, didn't you just come from class? The class making you dumber, baby boy. Let's like scam likely. That's more of a but bro, I appreciate that, right? All jokes aside. So scam likely before, like he was coming on, he was kind of like weird with it, right? But before he really started saying anything, he started describing what he wanted. Then Sis came off the mic. And if y'all cap for this shit now, you know how Sis came at him. What are you talking about? What is she? Come on now. Let's be real. Right? Nay, I don't know who Nay was. I'm just talking about the tone, the diction, the pace, the sarcasm. Nay. Now you already know. Thank you, but okay, all that, right? Neck broke, neck snap. One time I see you put ice on your shit. Right. So I just want to, like, we know, like, how if we hear something we don't like, we have a particular approach. Y'all saying I'm bugging?
No, I don't think I was gonna say.
Go ahead, Tay.
No, because a lot of times I don't agree with what they're saying sometimes, but I don't respond the same way, because what I try to do, or what I work on doing, is active listening. And then I don't have a lot of men in my life, so I'm gonna hear what y'all gotta say, right? I'm gonna just be honest, but I might not get it. So the questions that I ask, really, I'll be trying to find out. So that's why I'm not attacking the people, because this is new information for me. So, I feel like I can't challenge it. So I'll just speak for me, but it's good to know, though. It's good to learn.
I remember Big Lex said, "Go off, sis," to a dude.
Who said that?
You.
When?
Come on, Lex. Now you know.
Wait,
I know.
No, I'm trying to run it back.
You said, "Go off, sis." You took like a breath at the end. I remember.
She was probably right. Most likely, I'm gonna stand by the woman.
No, it was a man that you said it to, and it was the week you got your teeth pulled. Yeah. See, come on now.
This was like what, 2 weeks back? Oh
I
man,
be knowing, man. I'm just saying. All right, so
run it back.
I got you. I'm gonna go get a clip real quick.
Okay.
But so do you guys know what this acronym is? S.I.G.N. Shame, insult, guilt need to be right. Shame, insult, guilt need to be right. Men are feeling like this. You say something, this is the response you get. You start calling them names, this, that, and the third, yada, 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 coming at them sideways, over talking. This is what the sentiment is. Now, sentiment is key. Is sentiment facts? It's how somebody feels, right? So, what, Dana?
It's just fucking laughable.
Okay.
They come up here calling us bitches every other week.
No. We're
disrespect the condescending tone, and now some niggas want to get their motherfucking feelings. Are you kidding me?
No, you lost.
I wasn't trying to interrupt, but it was absolutely laughable to me.
Well, I mean, we can skip this one because if we're saying this.
I'm sorry, because I want to say something about this, because when you brought
I didn't even finish, right?
The example about Sis and Scam Likely, I wanted to address that because I'd have to defend Sis. Sis asked him, what is she in high school? Because what he said was, these girls that got men, they're not unique. They go to the track. They run across the track. And Sis was like, what are you talking about? So basically he was sitting there saying skinny girls get men. And so she was referring to that one. So when she did come off, mute and say that to him, I just want to defend sis. That's all. I like to defend and be an advocate because it's true. And so I just wanted to bring that up. That's all. I'm sorry.
I mean, we just wasted about 15 seconds, but yeah, he was just saying that she was in shape. Sis hit him with the honey bun because sis is smart as shit and she knew what he was saying. Nigga, what are you talking about? Is she in high school? And then she started making them faces. I've been seeing her face like that since I was 3 years old. I know what she was doing.
Running track. Okay, it looks.
Get sis out of here, man. I'm sick of her shit. So now look though, like, but that's what happens. What Dana wasn't doing it to me, right? But as soon as I started trying to articulate the thing that we need to try to dispel, she busts out laughing. She never laughed that hard. But this is what men are feeling, and then all you're gonna get in the comments is, see, you just proved the point. But it has to matter if we're tired because we don't want to continue to deal with the foolishness. Since it's a little bit choppy, we don't want to continue to deal with this. So how do we dispel it? Why is that the approach? Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I just trying to articulate it. Go ahead.
No, I mean, I think it goes back to what I was saying earlier. I think that we can dispel it if we're having productive conversations. When the guys get up here on the panel, they're not trying to have a productive conversation with us. They're condescending to us. They're trying to tell us what we need to do, where we need to go to find the man, what we need to do to find the man, why we can't get the man because you're old and your eggs are dried up and you're fat and you're fucking ugly and all this other shit. That's not a productive conversation. Scam likely came up here talking crazy. The guy that Big Lex said, go off, sis. I can't remember his name. The one who looked like fake Jesus. He come up here trolling every fucking time. That's not a productive conversation. That's not going to dispel. That's not going to get us anywhere. If the conversation and the people who do come up here and come correct and address us accordingly as respectful people, we have very interesting and productive dialogue with. But that other bullshit, that's why it's so funny to me, because it's not meant to get us anywhere or to advance us or to gain understanding from one another. It's meant to troll. It's meant to get likes. It's meant to get follows. It's meant to... Scam likely came up here and said, I'm just going to troll y'all. What the fuck? And now y'all butt hurt? I don't want to hear that shit. That's whack to me. And I think that's not what we're talking about. If we're talking about real conversations, if we're talking about real shit, then we can get somewhere. But that's not what is happening here. And the narrative that these men who come up here are offended is just beyond laughable to me. So they can go to hell with that shit.
I feel like I'm gonna skip this because I see that it's focused on. I try to use tangible examples so we can be on the same page, but now we're just focused on those examples. Hold on. And I was hoping that you guys can help us understand why we feel like that's the approach. Instead, we're saying we should approach like that because of how they approaching us. So a lot of the stuff that Dana mentioned, they may deliver it in a particular way we don't like. It doesn't make those things any less true. But I understand we've got to fight fire with fire sometimes. But I'm just telling you that shame, insult, guilt, the need to be right is what men are thinking women do too often. So I want them to understand. Maybe y'all can break it down. If this is the wrong 7 women, let me know.
Hamp,